What's going on, guys? Welcome to a new video on the channel. Just thought I'd jump on here on this lovely Sunday evening and just give you some more content for you guys, because obviously, you know, if you are a long-term subscriber of this channel, you'll know that I try and be as transparent with you guys as possible to give you as much knowledge as I can pass on. You can see me tattooing it in the background on the TV there. And I just wanted to go through my needle setups and what I found over the last sort of month from being away from the channel. Just kind of like trying to progress my own tattooing style, my own work, in terms of trying to get a bit more of a cleaner result to my work. I think I have the tone selection part of the tattooing process down. Obviously there's always room for improvement, but I think, you know, I'm just constantly trying to look for a better setup to make just life tattooing easier, really. Obviously I've got the Bishop wand here, which is, like I've said on a previous video on this channel, this is I think the pinnacle of tattooing machines in terms of rotary. I think what Bishop have done with this machine is truly outstanding. I think it's an amazing machine. I'm not sponsored by them. I'd love to be, so get at the comments. But yeah, it's just me just reacting on what I've tried. Probably over 50 machines, I would say, in the last 10 years, and this one, like I said on another video, is the best one I've ever used. You can see me tattooing that in the background with it. But yeah, this is my needle setup. They are all quadrant needles. I literally use like 5 needles, which is what I've got here for my work in every single tattoo I do. And I'm gonna just start off by introducing, I'm not sure how long they've been out for, but the new quadrant needles, the Sublime needles. Now you can see with this has got a gold sticker on it. This is a gold sticker. Obviously this has got a membrane as well. But the new Sublime needles are the black ones here. You can see the Sublime on the end there. These 3 black Sublime needles is what I use for shading. And I have to say, I didn't think there was going to be much in terms of differences between, you know, the needles I've been using and these Sublime ones, and what they quote on the website and how they are improved is, I think the way they've molded the plastic around the needle, you know, the cartridge itself is a lot more precise. It's a lot more closer to the needle group in itself, so there's less wobble within the you know, because within a cartridge, you're always going to have a space between the needle and the plastic bit of the cartridge itself. So there's less space, so it's way more precise. They've actually said as well, they've coated the inside of the needle cartridge, obviously where the ink goes, with a coating that just allows the ink to flow way better. And I was like, okay, yeah, okay, I need to try these out. I can't remember the price now. I should really know for this video, but I don't think they're much more. I don't think they're much more in price, maybe a couple of quid a box. You know, but the standard of the original gold ones, again, are very, very, very good, if not the best. And I was very, very, very surprised with the Sublime needles, because they've just taken what was already an amazing needle cartridge into a perfect one, I think. And again, I've tried many needle brands. The Bishop needle brands as well, the Da Vinci V1s were good, but they weren't like amazing. The Da Vinci V2s are a lot better, but again, the plastic around the needle itself, it is a lot more chunkier than the quadrant ones. They're very, very thin, precise, and that's just, I think, allowed me to take my work up to the next level. You can see in the background here, it's just, I just feel like my tattoos now have you know, I've been using these for the last 3 tattoos I've done, and they have been all portraits like this, and they've just been way cleaner, I guess, which is what I was struggling. Well, I wasn't struggling with, but is what I really wanted to get from, you know, my work. So yeah, so I'm going to go over my needle setup now. So I'm going to try. Oh, so the first one I have to say is, like many of you know, I always use the 0.30s, which is a bug pin in every single needle. Well, I haven't this time. I've tried the normal 3-round liners now, but I don't know if this is backwards. It's backwards on my video, but it's a 35 gauge, 12 gauge, and it's a 3-round medium taper. It's not a long taper now, and I think the difference between this, a medium taper and a long taper, I just feel like it's a lot more cleaner. Medium tapers obviously allow less passes on the skin. They're a lot more traumatic to, well, they're not a lot more, but they are more traumatic to the skin than long tapers. Long taper needles you would typically use with shading needles, because it allows you to have more passes on the skin to build the layers up to create smooth shading. Long taper needles all round are better for the skin, but I've gone with a medium taper because I like to go straight in with one pass really on my lines, and I thought, well, do you know what, long taper is used for a technique where you would line and you would kind of feather the line in. I've seen that with Lil B uses that technique. I know some of you use that technique as well, and I have seen other artists use that, and that is where you'd probably want to use the long taper needle. But yeah, because I do kind of like one pass lines, I find my depth and go straight through with it. I feel like for me, my technique's way more cleaner. So yeah, so that's my first needle I've got, is the medium taper. You can see the 35 gauge 3-round liner medium taper. That's the first one in my setup. And then we'll start small and go up. So this is where I get onto the Sublime needles. These are the brunt of where I would use, you know, these three needles for a lot of my work. So I've got the 7 curve mag, and this is a long taper again because I use it multiple passes because it's a shading needle. Excuse me. And this is a 10 gauge. 0.30 bug pin, 7 soft edge Magnum long taper, and it's a Sublime. So this is a very small mag. It's like this big. Again, I would use this in scenarios such as really small bits of shading, maybe in here, you know, maybe around the nose here. I haven't done that bit yet of the tattoo that I'm currently doing in the background, but I'd probably use that in really small areas like this. And again, they have a membrane as well, which is a bit softer, I believe, than the membrane in this one that I'm going to be talking about. I think they are a bit softer, which just means it's just, I don't know, it's just a really soft, nice needle to use. So that's the second one. Then we go up a size, and we go the same gauge. It's a 0.30, a bug pin again, and it's 11 soft edge Magnum long taper, and it is again a Sublime needle. This is again exactly the same. I think this is probably my favorite needle, along with the 17, which I'm going to be speaking about next. But yeah, this is an 11. So it's a bit bigger. It's pretty much the same as the 7, but it's a bit bigger. So I'd use it maybe into these areas here where I've got like a bit of a bigger area really. Maybe I would use it like in the top lip here, and maybe some instances around the eye areas as well. So that's that one. And then we come up to a bigger size, which is a 17. Again, 0.30, soft edge, long taper mag. So, you know, you can get your passes in and create some smooth layers, layering up those you know, ink layers to create the soft shading as possible, really. And yeah, again, with the 17, I would then use it on a bigger area, of maybe pack it in a bit up here. To be fair, if I was packing in black, this is the needle I'm going to maybe use or try next, is a medium taper needle to pack in some blacks, to make it, you know, super solid. Now I've obviously packed in some black here. Again, there's always room for improvement in work. In my work, is all, you know, I'm not the perfect tattooist. I think there's always room for improvement, whoever you are. And I'm always looking to improve. So again, I think the next needle I'm going to be using in my arsenal is to try a medium taper, maybe a straight mag, for packing in some blacks, because there's always, you know, black parts, you know, solid black parts in my work, and that's, you know, purely to get as much contrast in my work as possible, but you want it to be super solid. So I might try a soft edge mag, but a medium taper one, I'm not sure yet. But I'll probably get a size around maybe an 11 or a 17 or a 15 Magnum, just so it's small enough to use to pack black in, and then it's still, you know, large enough to cover some decent area. So I'm not, you know, just using like a 7 curved or something, a 7 curved mag, because that would, you know, you've got more chance of going over the same spot once. And obviously with the medium taper needle, you've got less passes before you start traumatizing the skin, and potentially not healing well. And then in the last one, I've got a normal needle. It's not a Sublime one. I'm not sure if they make this size yet, but it's the 25. So this is pretty big. I'll get one out for you now. It is a pretty big one. So this is what I'll just use. Yeah, so you can see the size of that needle. That's a 25. Again, bug pin, 30 gauge, or a 10 gauge. It's like a #10 thing. And it's a 25 soft edge Magnum long taper. So it is a long taper again. And this is what I will use to really create some nice blending. And do you know what? I've found in my work, the larger the Magnum, the softer result you're going to get, because obviously it covers a bit of a wider area. So you're not going to find that if you haven't got your technique down in terms of really consistent hand speed, hand strokes, every stroke you put into the skin, you'll find, if you use a bit of a wider Magnum, you're not going to get those kind of like streaks in your work. So it's just going to smooth it out. And yeah, that's my setup. So I'll go over it real quick again, or just rewind the video, but I may as well do it again. So I've got obviously let's have a look. Let's get them all back up off the floor. So I've got a 3-round medium taper, 3-round liner, for my first one, and then I've got this 7 curve Magnum, which is the Sublime needle, and this is a bug pin, so this is a 0.330, and then I have the 11 curved Magnum, which is just a Sublime one, and then I've got a 17, a bit bigger, for a bit bigger area, and I'll always try and match the size of the needle to the area I'm doing. So this is hit, so in this part here you can see me using an 11, I think. No, it's not. That's a 7. This is a 7 curve mag, the one I'm using. So I'm using it into really small areas. You can see my little finger there. It's pretty much the same size as my little finger there. And then I've got the 17, and then I've got the 25 for the big areas. And that's how I would kind of like choose which needle to use in which section of tattoo really is. You know, I would like to outline this face. I'd probably use the 3-round liner, and then obviously just pick the sizes according to what area I'm doing. So the cheeks, I'll probably go in with a 17 or a 25, and then around the nose, I'll probably use a 7 or an 11 curve mag, and then that's it really, you know. And then to pack in the black that I did here, I'm pretty sure, I mean, this video is available to watch now, so you can watch that. It is a live stream video that I recorded a couple of days ago. but I'm pretty sure I used a 50, an 11 on that, maybe a 17 as well. So yeah. But yeah, I think the needle that I would probably go and look out for now and to test in my work is packing the blacks in, because I'm not 100% happy with how I do that. And I'll probably use like maybe an 11 or a 17 or a 15 medium curved mag maybe, but a medium taper just to get it in there. And you know, I think you can still use that kind of needle with the shader and not the packer. I have got the Bishop 1 packer as well, but I think the shade is way capable, more than capable of packing in black without having to use a packer machine. But obviously it's going to be easier again. You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be super packed in, really packed in. When you combine, you know, a medium taper needle with the 1 packer at a 4.2 stroke, because obviously a 4.2 stroke is way easier to punch the ink into the skin than a 3.5 shader machine. So I've got a new website now, www.oliverair.co.uk. You can buy my courses on there as well. I've just received a really cool picture that someone's done with, you know, inspired by my course, and I was really impressed with that, to be honest. The use of the light tones in his work. I'll probably put the picture up here. Why not give him some advertising, considering he bought the course and he's used the course to create this work. Yeah, head over to the website if you're interested. There's loads of different payment options on there, and hit me up on Instagram. And if you have taken my course and you've done some work inspired by that, and you feel like my course has helped you, then please send a picture over to my Instagram DMs. I'm always looking at them, and it's really nice to see, you know, your progression and stuff as well. So yeah, hit me up on there. And show me what you've been doing. Show me how you've progressed and stuff like that. Like I said, I really do enjoy looking at that. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for liking the video and subscribing if you have. And yeah, just being here. Appreciate you guys. Until the next one. Take care.